Hello guys, see you again. My last video introduced how to play Chains of Command in a low-budget AFK Blight farmer, and it gets more views than ever. I'm glad but worries. Hope you guys won't push high the gear price and make it unaffordable. Okay, and I also received tons of questions than I first imagined, and found that this is a off-meta build before, yes, so of course most people doesn't even know how AG builds works. Most questions are like, what content it can do, and how to mapping by this build, and like how to summon animated weapons in Pinnacle boss fight. So today I would like to introduce these 3 questions. Hope it will help you if it's the first time play AG builds. I would say almost every content we can do. I use this build to try so many contents like Uber boss fight, T17 farming, and of course Blight AFK and Simulacron AFK. But there's 2 things we cannot do. The first one is deep delve. To delve in deep, you must have a very specific and dedicated build for this. And the second one is automated AFK. But I would say I don't think automated is really a AFK playstyle because I tried before. I still have to make up options very frequently, and so which means I cannot do the laundry or be company with my family. That's not what I want. My point is, even I am so satisfied with this build, but I would say this build still has some limitations. If you are a POE2 player, you will see there's 2 sets of weapon set point, which means we can swap our passive tree when we are doing different content. I really hope GGG can also apply weapon set functions to POE1, because I usually sometimes do mapping and sometimes do Blight AFK, but actually they require different passive tree. For Blight AFK, we are very focused on damage and with very little defense. The reason is even the Blight monsters, they are very high damage, but if you can kill them off screen, then you are pretty safe. There's no weird things that can instant kill you. But for mapping, there are a lot of monster die effect, and even a rat can kill you. So, which means you have to put so many resources on the defenses. If you are in a very high budget stage, then you can satisfy both. You can feel comfortable in both mapping and during AFK. But currently we are in a league start stage, so we have to make choice. You either choose to focus on the Blight AFK, like my previous video, or either you focus on the mapping, then your DPS will not enough to doing the AFK. Because doing AFK, it requires even more damage than kill Uber bosses. The reason is, we are AFK players, which means we don't have life flask, we don't have DPS buff, and we don't have active curse, and we don't actively cast any spell. We have to do all the damage by our minion in passive, and also we cannot do any damage boost and take all the damage from the monster and try to survive. So we have to put our every resources to meet those requirements. But for the mapping, if you have about 10 million or 20 million DPS for mapping, that's way more than enough. But you should put more on the defense, especially in T17. Anything will kill you, and you have to very care about which mod on your map. So have a different passive tree for these 2 content will make you play more enjoyable. I prefer to doing that, unless I have in a very high budget stage. And last, how to kill Uber bosses. Many people ask how to summon animated weapons in Pinnacle boss fights, so I will take Maven in this for example. To summon animated weapon in a Pinnacle boss fight, you require to bring the Whirring Jar. You should take at least about 3. And the second is, you will need your amulet to anoint replenishing remedies. It will give you life flask charge every 3 seconds. And last, your minor guard should choose with Lasha. It will also give flask life charge. And also, on the passive tree, to refund caster masteries and turn to flask mastery. Our only purpose is to get this flask charge gain every 3 seconds. So with so many life flask charge gain, you can sustain your Whirring Jar and to make enough animated weapon. So you just wait for a while and your jars will have enough charging to resound more enemy weapon. So you have to warm your build, of course, but just maybe a few seconds, then we can reach our maximum enemy weapons, and our charges will also sustain during the boss fight. Then you can swap back to your original DPS amulet. So next, I would like to introduce how to mapping with this build. In my last video, I introduced how to swap to transfer command at level 73, then upgrade to a Blight AFK machine at level 90. But I think this league, there is a big change at Atlas, and I also feel it's more interesting to mapping in this league to enjoy the new content. So I prepared a new alternative level 90 setup to focus on mapping, and this setup should be way more tankier than previous one. So the main differences is we refund one of our big class drop here, and also we refund our caster mastery, and we put all the passive nodes to more life, and also all the block nodes here, and also the shield mastery to get even more extra block chance. And another technique is we also use the endurance to get maximum enduring charge with a small cluster armor to get enduring composure. It replaces one of our abyss jewel, and enduring composure will give us enduring charge every second if you have been hit recently. The recently means less 4 seconds, so each hit will give you 4 enduring charge to reach our maximum enduring charge number. And each enduring charge will give you 4% of the physical reduction and elemental reductions. So 4 enduring charge will give up to 16%. That is really help our survivability. And next is for our item. For the shield, we change from minion shield to swelling. And this shield is used to be very cheap in 325. It costs about 1 or 2 divine for a corrupt but not unchanged item. But this shield is super powerful. It's one of the most broken shield ever in POE1. The point is, this shield, the change to block is lucky, which means you have to invest very little, and you can get very high block chance. And our amulet also changed the anoint to Tetsudo. This Tetsudo here is require 1 clear oil and sepia and black. That's pretty cheap, and it will give us 10% to block attack damage, and also increase block recovery, and most important, it will give you recover life when you block. Our survivability. Okay, so with only this change, our EHP can up to 160k, so that is way more than enough for a normal T16 farming. So you should not die unless you do something stupid, unless you are doing Giga die. I think this survivability is enough to enter T17 farming, and we can still have 13 minion DPS here. And if you want to back to AFK mode, then you can easily just to change your shield, and you have to refund about 10 passive points on your tree, but it's not a big deal because now we have King's March. We can use gold to refund our passive. Yeah, so if we refund the tree back to open the big cluster and also the caster mastery, then we are ready to AFK in Blight. Okay, so that's all the content for today. In next video, I will talk about how to even upgrade the AFK version and also the mapping versions. Hope you enjoyed the content for today. If you like, please subscribe. It will encourage me a lot. And thanks for watching. See you next time.